Hello guys, welcome to online course on Android. In the previous tutorial, we saw how to go about basic constraint layout. Am I right? We also saw how to work on creating a edit text and a text view, and also we created two text view with a button, correct? And I also told you to work on it. I hope you have worked on it. Plus we also saw about the linear layout. I told you why do we use basically constraint layout, which is a hybrid of relative layout, so we can put one below the other, and I told you how it works. Now in this tutorial we're gonna learn about intents. Okay, now let me start a new project. Okay, so we'll start with intents. So I'll give a thing called intents. Okay, all right. Now yes, now before going into the depth of it, so we got to file activity main and main activity.java. Now first we need to know what do you mean by an intent. All right, now what is an intent? So basically an Android intent is a message, okay, is a message that is passed between components, such as like if I want an activity, or I want a content providers, I want a broadcast receivers, services. So it is generally used with start activity, which is method to invoke another activities, like we are moving from one activity to the another activity. Okay, those are called intents. All right, now basically in a dictionary what do we say, or in a proper language what do we say? Intent means you're trying to do some intention, or on purpose you want to do something. Same way, now we got one screen here. So from this screen, now this screen I want to go to a might be a Gmail or something like that. So that is one kind of intent, I can say. All right, so I'm going from one place to another place. That's an intent. All right, now there are a lot of intent. There are two types of intents basically. One is implicit intent, and another one is explicit intent. Now in this tutorial we're gonna see with an example how we'll work on it. Okay, now you should be happy that we are going to come with main activity.java. I'll be explaining you about all these things. So first we need to talk about an intent. So as I told you, intent is nothing but we need to start an activity and go to another activity, or invoking. It's a method to invoke another activity. All right, now for what these intents are used, basically these intents are used. One is to start a service, all right, or to launch an activity, or to display a web page, okay, or to contacts, or dial a phone call. Remember in one of the events which I told, 7 events were there, right? I told you open a dialog box, we went for pause, resume, then I said it goes for pause, then it goes to resume, it comes back to resume after the pause, correct? I opened a dialog box. Now that is also an intent. Now that is an implicit intent, okay, within. Now explicit means from one page to another page, but here implicit means I'm just moving it from a place. Okay, it's something like, now if I'm talking about an implicit intent, okay, I can give you an example. Like let us take an example for displaying a web page. Now I'll give an address, so I'll create one edit text, okay, and I'll create one button. So when I click the button, it will go to the Google page directly. So it doesn't go from one page to another page. I click with the button, it is good. That is called an implicit intent. Okay, all right. Now if I'm talking about implicit intent in detail, I say it doesn't specify the component. Okay, it only provides information available, so you don't specify anything. So I give www.google.com, so it will directly take it the available component which is been invoked. Okay, now if I want to go from one method to another method, or one activity to another activity, then it is called an explicit intent. Okay, all right, now we'll go for a basic example on implicit intent. Now let us create, as I told you, we'll have a edit text, when I give www.google.com, okay, all right, something like www. When I give www.google.com, okay, .google, oh, what's wrong with me, okay, google.com. When I click a button, okay, when I have a button here and I click that button, it should go directly here. Okay, now how will I do that? Basically we need two things. One is a edit text to type for us there in our screen, another one is a button which has to be clicked, correct? Am I right? Okay, all right, now first thing we're gonna go with the edit text. All right, so how do we do it? So we can just have a edit text, plain text. Okay, so I'm gonna put this edit text here. Okay, I need to set that edit text. Remember I told you in the previous tutorial how to work with constraint layout. Okay, then I can move it anywhere I want, so I'll keep it here, simple. Okay, all right, so if I see here in my particular here, so I'll remove the text because I'm gonna insert it there. Okay, so I don't want a text there, so I'll keep it this one simple here. Okay, done. Okay, so there are no errors. So next one I'll go with what I need. I said I need when I type something and click, it should go. So that is an implicit intent. Okay, all right, now I need a button. Am I right? Yes, so I'll drag a button. I need a button here basically. Okay, so I need to set that. Okay, else it will say this view is not constrained. Okay, I'm done with it. All right, now okay, now I'll come to my coding part. So instead of button, what we'll give, okay, click to visit. I can say click to visit. Okay, now how will my basically how will my system look now when I'm running this particular part now? And now let me run it. Okay, all right, so what we are trying to do here, we are creating a particular intent where when I have when I give something www.google.com or anything, all right, and I click on that particular button, it performs an action, means it listens. Okay, always remember, we need to remember 2-3 things. One is on click listener. Okay, so when you click on that, it should listen to whatever you are performing any actions. All right, okay, it's loaded. Okay, all right, so you can see here, so when I click here something like https, okay, and whatever I type there, okay, and when I say click to visit, it should go. Okay, now it will not go because we are not written anything. So this is the design part. Now comes the main part which we are waiting from so many days, correct? All right, now what is the main part? Is the main activity.java, correct? Now here we need to write the code. Now this is the basic thing, main activity. It will extends the activity whatever of your particular this is the name of the file what I have given. On create, I told you 7 events on create, whatever are they, it creates the bundle instance, and what I need to see when it after it creates, where it will come, it will come to start and resume. Am I right? Yeah, it will come to start and resume. Okay, all right, now so where is the start? What is my start? Activity main, so it has to come here. This page should be loaded, correct? All right, that's the one part of it. Now what are the things? Now I have to do some actions. Am I right, guys? Now I am in this page. Now I have got two things here. One is the edit text, one is the button, correct? It's just like a C programming. If you have to do adding two numbers, that equals sum equal to a plus b, first what you have to do, you have to assign it, correct? You need to declare it on the top saying int a, int b, then int equal to or float equal to sum or float sum. Then I say int a equal to 10, int b equal to 20 and float. So if there are any floating values, correct? So then I'll get the sum. Same way even in Java we need to declare it. So what are the things we have written here? Here two things are there. One is the ID. Remember we need to give an ID which is automatically will be generated. Two IDs are there. Am I right? Button and edit text. So in Java how we will give it? So we'll give it the first thing, correct? First thing I need to initialize it. So how I'm gonna initialize it? I need to initialize it here, correct? Okay, so before the before it comes inside the function, okay, I need to initialize it. So what is the thing I have to initialize? That's my button, correct? One is the button, correct? So I'll give a button, so it will give me, you need to import it, okay, otherwise it will give you errors. So can you see here, when I give button it gives an error, so I have to click on that, okay, it will say Android widget button alt plus enter, correct? So you have to give alt enter. So when you do that, it will say, do you want to import? You say import, yes. You can see here it imports the button widget, okay, that is from here. This is the widget, remember? So I need to access that. Okay, what I want to do, I'll say button of a variable. I'll give a button of variable button. Done. Same way, what is the next? Next is the edit text. Am I right, guys? That is the one which I gave, correct? Edit text. Okay, so edit text, okay, of what? The basic edit text what I had given, correct? Okay, basic edit text. Now again I need to import it, correct? So I need to click on that, alt enter. Okay, when I do that, it again imports these two. So these two, whatever are here, have been imported currently, okay, in this file. Hope you are getting, guys. So semicolon. Now it is not highlighted, correct? Now I need to assign it, correct? I need to assign it here. I just declared it. Now I need to assign it. Now how will I do it here? Okay, now it's very easy. Now all I know that those two things are here, button and edit text. Now through this ID, okay, I need to find them. So in Android, in Java, basically, okay, how will I do it? Okay, now all I give is that I'll give it as, what is the name I've given? I've given as button. Okay, button. All right, yes, button is highlighted. Can you see that, guys? Button is highlighted. Button is equal to, okay, button is equal to find, I need to find view by ID. Okay, view by ID. Now what ID? That ID is stored where? It is stored in this layout, which is under the resource file. So R, sorry, where did I go? Okay, R dot ID, it's there, you can double click ID dot, now it will give me an option, correct? What it is? Button, not edit text, because I'm doing for button. Okay, all right, semicolon. Great. Next is for what? Same thing you have to do. Next is for the edit text. Yeah, it will give me, why? Because I already declared. So when I do that, it will be highlighted. Edit text is equal to what, guys? Find view by ID. Okay, what? R dot ID dot what? Edit text. Okay, so these two things are done. So I have declared, I have initialized, I have taken the value, everything is stored here. Now what's next? Two things are done. So all I know is that once I do here and once I find here, I will go back here and I will get it. Am I right? Okay, what's next? Now once done here, now my job is, I found view, okay, it is done. Now when I am in this screen, when I click this, it should listen. So what I have to click? I have to click the edit text? No, I need to click the button. Am I right, guys? I need to click the button, correct? Yeah. How will I do that? So I'll say I need to click the button, okay, dot, all right, then I need to set it. Now you can see there, when I give dot, it will tell me what I have to do. Resolve, no, I want to set on click listener, means it has to listen to what I'm clicking. Okay, so where it is in the new view file, correct? So on new view on click listener, I need to set it. When I do that, automatically your this particular function is done. Okay, it will call it. You don't have to type it anything, automatically it will be called. So it will say public void on click view. means you want to view that. When clicking it, you need to view something, so it will say button. When I click on it, it will do the on click listener function and it will come here. Now here I need to write what? Now here I need to write my particular thing. Now what I have to do is that I am giving on my edit text like www.google.com. Now what's that? Basically when I go to Facebook or internet, when I give www.google.com, we say what? It is an URL, correct? Yes, URL, correct? Yeah. So basically it will be in a text format. I need to convert in a string format, so I need to assign it for a string. So I'll say string, okay, string word URL, okay, string URL, right, is equal to where is the string? It is in the edit text. Am I right? I am typing the string in the edit text. So edit text, okay, I need to get the text. Am I right? I need to get the text. Why? I'm basically typing the text. I'm not typing anything else. I need to get the text, then get the text and convert it to the string. Okay, this thing you need to remember properly. All right, so this is the one thing what we gonna do, guys. Hope you got it right. Okay, now done, that is done. Now when I click, it should go to that page. Now this is where we call it as an intent. Okay, so to do intent, we need to say intent. Okay, all right, intent dot intent, right? So we are calling the intent. Okay, so it will ask again. Okay, yes, I need to import it. Intent of intent is equal to what I'm doing, new intent. I hope you know Java, right? So in Java it is basically like this, intent of intent. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that intent which performs certain action. Am I right? Dot action, correct? So when I do that, right, when I do that particular thing called action, okay, and I want to view that particular action. Am I right, guys? Yeah, okay, all right. Now I am viewing that particular action. Where I am viewing? I am viewing in the URI, correct? So when I'm viewing that, I'm just changing that into a new parser. Okay, so I need to do that. Okay, so what of the parser? It is a parser of the URL. Okay, all right, so hope you got it, guys. Okay, now again it will ask what I need to give an, and okay, sorry, I need to wait, it's an intent. All right, URL. Okay, now what's next, guys? Okay, now this is basic. I'm gonna keep it, correct? So I'm gonna keep it as no, I've given it same, correct? So it gives me that thing error. All right, now okay, what's the next thing, guys? Once we do that, and okay, semicolon. Okay, once I do that, so what is the next thing what we gonna learn? Okay, what is this error? Okay, cannot resolve it. All right, so it should be a capital, yes. Okay, now why? Because it has to take the, okay, alt enter. Okay, all right, so it takes here, correct? This is the parser one. All right, so once it's done, that thing is not over. I just gave a what, I just said that I'm going to create an intent, correct? I just created intent. Why did I give action view? Because whenever I click on that, it should perform an action and it should go for that particular URL. To convert the URL into a parser, we give it as uri.parse. Okay, now to I need to start it, right? So to start, we say start what? Activity, correct? So where's my activity, guys? I need to start the activity what I am trying to do, correct? All right, so I need to start the activity of that particular intent, correct? Yes, all right. Okay, hope I'm clear, guys. So it is very simple, little bit tough it might be there for you starting, because it's an intent. As you progress it will be very easy for you. So I am just this, I hope you know it, correct, as we do it in C and C++ or any other programming language. I assign it, only thing is that I give it as a variable here, like int a, int b, same way button of edit text of, that edit text will be here, correct. I need to find it, how, find view by id, correct. This all will be generated by default. Then I need to click, when I click it should go, correct. So button on click listener, when I click that it should change. Now I will type in edit text https www.google.com or esaclearning.com. that's the site where we are providing all the free online courses, correct. So it should get that text and convert to the string. And what will I do once I do that? When I click happens when these things are, remember, when this is executed only the click will happen. When I on click it will come here inside the function. Am I right, guys? That is how a program works, correct. When I click it will come inside. Once all this is done then it will execute. So when you click that it will check for all these things. It will check whether you have typed something. If you have not typed anything, you can put an error message not typed or something like that, correct. You cannot leave it blank, that we'll see later. Now when you click it comes inside, it will see whether your text is there. Yes, the text is converted to the string. And next is what, when I click it should go to a new intent, because when I click these things should happen. 4 things. One is it should check whether the text is there, convert the text into the string, it will create an intent, and you have to give this proper. If this is not proper it will automatically give error message. Why? Because you need to parse the URL, correct. I hope you know it. Then you need to start the activity. Only when you start the activity, only then the listener will understand that okay, this is done, then it will go to the another page. Once it is done it will be executed. Now this view will be closed up here, okay. This is the main function which are given with a semicolon, all right. Then all these functions are used, okay, guys. Now shall we see whether it works or no? We can debug it. If there are any errors we can debug it. That's not at all an issue. Anytime we can debug any errors we have found it. That's why we do an online course, right? Okay, all right. Now is it loading? Yes, done. Okay, now which side we will go? We'll go to, yes, we'll go to our own site, www.esac-elearning.com. okay, elearning.com. all right, hope my internet is there. Yes, it is. Now when I click to visit, what will happen? It will ask me whether you want it. Yes, implicit, just once, okay. So I'm gonna open it in a browser. Okay, it will take some time to load because the internet has to get connected. All right, wow, great. Okay, this is our online courses, correct. This is online courses. You can check it even now, okay, whether my online courses are there. I can also search for my course whether it is there or no, but it will take a lot of time, these emulators, correct. All right, so these are the courses which are available. I told you can have more than one courses, correct. Okay, all right. Now St. Aloysius College. Now in this menu we can also see what are the courses available, login, register, all these things, correct. Login, courses, register, so all these things can be seen, okay. All right, now this is how a implicit function works, okay, guys. Hope you got it, how a particular implicit function works, okay. So basically very simple. I can provide anything. If you want to go with Facebook, I'm not in Facebook basically, but you can give facebook.com, okay, and you say click to visit, okay. I hope the page loads sooner. Okay, great. All right, so it goes to Facebook and then you can log in. All right, now this is basically done, guys. Now this is how a particular implicit intent works. All right, hope you got it, guys. Correct. Now very simple I have kept it. I have not made it any complicated because it's a very first program. In the very next tutorial we are going to learn about explicit, from one activity to another activity. After that I'm going to teach you in constraint layout, same like intent, working on activities, one activity another activity, by adding two numbers. That is, when I add two numbers, the result should be stored in another activity. That is also explicit intent. Okay guys, so I've kept it very simple. This is a design part, this is the activity. Hope you got it. Okay, just go through with this video. If you get more confused, you can always write it in question and answers and ask me more questions about it. Alright guys, this is a simple example. In the next tutorial we're gonna learn about explicit intent. Okay, fine guys, take care, have a nice day.